Bubonic plague warning. What you can do every day to stay safe and healthy. Have you ever thought about this? A disease that once shook the entire world, the bubonic plague, also known as the Black Death, still exists today? Sounds like something out of a history book or a fairy tale, right? But in reality, in some rural parts of the U.S., this disease quietly lingers, waiting for the right moment to spread. And the scary part is, it doesn't always come from faraway places. Sometimes it could start with your own pet cat or a casual weekend camping trip. That's why today I just want to sit down with you, not to scare you, but to reflect together on the small health everyday habits we can adopt to keep ourselves and our loved ones safe, gently, simply, and without pressure. Part 1. The story of the rat and the flea. When I was a kid, my grandfather lived in the mountains. He always warned me, never touch a dead rat. I thought he was just being superstitious, but when I started studying medicine, I learned the truth. Fleas from dead rats are one of the main reasons humans get infected with bubonic plague. In the U.S., a few cases are still reported every year. Not many, but enough to be a wake-up call. These tiny fleas, living on ground squirrels, wild rabbits, or prairie dogs, can carry Yersinia pestis, the bacteria responsible for the plague. And you know what concerns me the most? It's our house cats, the ones that love to wander outside, that can bring those bacteria home, while you're playing with them like everything's fine. Part 2. The simple but important stuff. Cleaning up and caring for pets the right way. We can't eliminate all the rats out there in the wild. But what we can do is take control of our own living space. Take a quick look around your house. Do you have a pile of firewood sitting out back? A trash bin that hasn't been emptied? An open container of pet food left out overnight? All those little things, they're basically an open invitation for rats and fleas to move in. And your pets, dogs, cats, they need proper care too. Loving them isn't just about cuddles and treats. It's about taking action, regular checkups, flea prevention treatments. That's what smart love looks like. Part 3. Going into the woods takes more than good boots. It takes awareness. I once joined a field trip in the Southwest U.S. Someone in our group didn't use insect repellent. The result? 3 days later, they were hospitalized with a high fever and swollen lymph nodes. Luckily, it wasn't the plague, but the doctor said, if it had been bubonic plague, it might have been too late. Camping or hiking isn't just about packing enough snacks. You need long sleeves, tall socks, and insect repellent. And whatever you do, never touch dead wild animals. All it takes is one moment of curiosity, one careless touch, and the consequences could be irreversible. Part 4. Expert warnings and real-life lessons. CDC experts have emphasized this many times. The plague hasn't disappeared. It's just quiet. In fact, in some national parks, when there's a sudden die-off of squirrels, the area is immediately shut down. Not out of fear, but out of respect for life. I once interviewed a veterinarian in Colorado. He told me about a case where a house cat scratched its owner. A few days later, that person was hospitalized with a severe blood infection. The final diagnosis? The cat had been exposed to plague from a wild squirrel in the yard. It's a true story, and it reminds us of one thing. Awareness isn't fear. It's understanding that leads to safety. Part 5. So, what can you actually do? You don't need to panic. You don't need to live in fear. You just need to remember. Clean your home regularly. Don't leave food out that might attract rodents. Take proper care of your pets. Use insect repellent when you go hiking or camping. And if you experience a high fever, headache, or swollen lymph nodes after a trip outdoors, go to the hospital immediately. Modern medicine is strong enough to treat the plague, but only if it's caught early. What we need is not worry, but awareness and daily action. Part 6. Turning knowledge into daily action. You see, health every day isn't some big complicated thing. It's as simple as washing your hands after playing with your dog. It's cleaning up your backyard. It's being respectfully cautious when you're out in nature. The plague may have once killed millions, but today it's no longer a nightmare, as long as we choose to live with awareness. Maybe you're thinking right now, well, I don't live in a plague zone, this probably doesn't apply to me. I used to think that too, but then I realized
health isn't about someday, it's about today, about every day.
Health every day doesn't start at the hospital, which is always harder and noisy.
It starts in your kitchen, on the street you walk every morning,
in the way you look after your pets with care. You don't need to be a health expert to do what's right.
You just need to pay closer attention, learn a little more,
and act one step earlier. Maybe today you clean out the litter box. Maybe today you toss an insect repellent into your bag. Maybe today you tell your child the story about the rat and the flea. Those little things, they're what build an invisible but powerful shield around your family.
I didn't make this video to scare you about bubonic plague. I made it because I believe you care. Because I believe you're someone who can create change starting right at home.
We can't control the entire world, but we can control the choices we make today. And sometimes that one small choice
might just protect an entire future.
So, what will you start with today? A bottle of insect spray? A quick chat with your family? A simple share of this video to someone you love? Drop a comment below. I choose to start with, and share what step you're taking to protect your health and your family's well-being. And if you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe so we can keep showing up here every week, learning and growing together. Gently, mindfully, and with care.